And to me, it's racist itself, like an attack on white people. White people gonna be pissed, and y'all should be. Oh my God, what's going on, folks? Look, I have been getting bombarded with a lot of people telling me, Ty, you have to watch this trailer and react to it. I've had people come up to me at work to say it. You need to watch this trailer, and they wanted to tell me what it was about, but they didn't because they wanted me to react to it. I've gotten tons of emails of you guys asking me to react to this trailer right here called Everything's Gonna Be All White. And it already sounds like it's a crazy trailer anyway. I mean, just the title of it already kind of gives you a little bit what it might be about. Like, I don't know. Maybe they're just saying everything is going to be about all. I don't know. But anyway, y'all know I'm not about to bore y'all with this because I'm actually ready to get into it, because the fact that a lot of you are like, dude, you have to see this trailer. Like, you have to see it. Let's roll. Let's get going. Now, some of you already told me you are going to want to pause this and address some of this. You're not just going to watch the whole thing and then talk about it. I know y'all know how I am. I don't really like to pause. We'll see. Here we go.
I think what annoys me most about white people is when they pretend like they're the victim. What's also annoying is when they kill us.
What is fragile about whiteness when everything has been constructed around it?
Every part of who I am has been distorted or criminalized.
It's really just a bunch of white lies.
We're storming the Capitol!
You're not patriots. You're ridiculous.
One of the definitions of American whiteness is ignorance.
White people, we are not your problem. You are.
Should white people today feel any responsibility for slavery?
Hell yeah.
Oh,
white
no.
Jesus or black Jesus?
Jesus was not white. Think of geography. Ain't no way Jesus walked around with blonde hair and blue eyes.
I agree to that.
White culture fears the end of the world. For us as Native people, the end of the world already happened like multiple times.
Symbols and monuments, these are mementos of racism.
Bring that statue down. Put up a TCBY yogurt or something everybody can get behind.
The truth has to be told about history.
What part?
We have to make sure that these stories are told from our perspective.
There's always hope. You know what I'm saying? We don't give up.
It's about obliterating systemic and institutionalized racism.
There it is.
This is a wild place, y'all. It's a wild place. I know Harriet and Frederick be up there just like, what is they gonna do?
Yeah, I do got a few issues with that. I know Harriet and Frederick gonna be up there and be like, what did they not tear down Frederick Douglass statue during the peaceful protesting? Anyway, what the heck was it? You imagine if they made a show saying everything's gonna be all black, all hell would break loose, everybody would be canceled. I don't know, man. This seemed like, I know, guys, honestly, from my point of view, I'm like, this is a joke. This is just something to put out there to keep things just stirred up. I'll play through this again. Y'all bear with me. I'm going to play through it again and address each little thing.
About white people is when they pretend like they're the victim.
When white people pretend like they're the victim, I don't know really what to say to that. If there are some people that's pretending to be victims, I get it, whatever. But don't act like black people are not doing it too. Like right now, the fact that this movie is being made, this documentary is being made, it almost like, I'm not saying, I'm not going to jump the gun too much on it, but if this documentary is being made, understand that the reason being behind is because you want to make it seem like that black people are victims. Well, they are victims of what? Victims of what? Like right now, what are black people victims more of than anything else? Crime. Let's go there. If the black people are number one victims of crime, by who? Not white people. Ching, check that off. Okay, moving on. Yeah, just like that. Just hit you with that fact and move on. It's not by white people.
What's also annoying is when they kill us.
But it's okay if we kill us. Okay? 90% of all black people that are being killed by black people, not white people. So are you saying it is not okay for white people to kill black people, but it is okay for black people to kill black people? Oh, I got you. I must have missed that one right there. Oh, that's right. I can talk about my mama, but you can't. I can kill black people, and we know this. It's okay. It's cool. We're used to it. But if white people kill black people, then that's an issue. I can talk about my mama, but you can't. Moving on. Easy.
What is fragile about whiteness when everything has been constructed around it?
Everything's been constructed around whiteness. So whenever Abe Lincoln formed the Republican Party, and then he got with a lot of people that were white who were wanting to come together to free black people for the benefit of white people. Now, I get it. When slavery and all them things were going on, white people were using slaves to benefit themselves. But when you had any white person that even had the audacity to even want to go against another white person, wanting all men to be free, that was for the benefit of white people? Because if so, that was the biggest, fakest, hugest virtue signaling ever done in the history of white people, is when they got together from the Republican Party and wanted blacks to be free. And they fought and killed other white people. White people were willing to kill other white people to free black people, just for the benefit of white people. And when they further got along, they probably figured out, well, we didn't really want to free the black people, so let's flip. All of us Northerners who like black people, we don't like them anymore. We're going to move down below. And all the white people that own black slaves decided, well, you know what? They all right. Them black Negroes are all right. Let us move up north, please. The party didn't flip. Don't fall for that nonsense.
Every part of who I am has been distorted or criminalized.
It's really just a bunch of white lies.
What if they called it a black lie? What about Black Friday? No, let me just.
We're storming the Capitol. You're not patriots. You're ridiculous.
See, I don't know really the context of why she said that. So I don't, y'all, some of this stuff I don't know what to say to. So
one of the definitions of American whiteness is ignorance.
Now, I'm just telling y'all, if she said that right there just like that, that doesn't make sense to me for her to make a statement. One of the definitions of whiteness is ignorance. I don't know what she's talking about there, y'all. I really don't. So that could have easily been edited. I'm just saying. Anyway.
White people, we are not your problem.
White people should say, black people, we are not your problem. Y'all are y'all problem.
You are.
Exactly. Just like that. The way he said, white people, we are not your problem. You are. Black man, white people are not our problem. We are. I mean, no, they don't want to get people like Owens and Tatum and me and ABL. Man, the Hodge twins. They don't want to get no one like them, or they don't want to get Jericho Green on here. You know what I mean? They don't want to get no one like that on their show, who will sit there and blast stuff down, but then they'll try to joke, oh, y'all just trying to tap dance for the white. Oh, nobody's falling for that mess. And again, look what they're doing right here. White people sitting here, black people are in the background right there in this little screenshot right here. White people selling black people off as slaves. Why aren't y'all showing black people selling black people off as slaves? And then with them hats on, I don't know if those Asian people or what, the way them hats look. Some of them hats, like over here, right here, they look like some of the white people would have wore. But this hat that this guy got up here right here, I don't know if that's an Asian man or not. Got a ship in the back right there. But the point is, don't just show this. Again, this is what America has done so far and so long to keep this narrative going. They only want to show it through the lens of one view. They only want to show it from the southern view with what was it, Virginia, North Carolina, whatever. That southern view, that's the only view they want America to see the lens of slavery through. Show everything else. Show how Indian. Won't you show those Native Americans with slaves? Show that. Oh, y'all not going to show that, huh? Y'all better hope. Let me find these pictures. I'll find these pictures. I'm going to put them up here just to show y'all.
Should white people today feel any responsibility for slavery?
Hell yeah.
No, because they didn't do it. Right now, you will be in a black man, like I said on Candace Owens' show, like I say to these young people that I talk to all the time. This man that just said that, him as a black man, I would ask him, should you feel responsible for 70% of all black children that don't have a black father in the home? And what if a white person said, hell yeah, yeah. You would throw a fit. Those people back then didn't have nothing 200 years ago. And just think right now, I can take you to any neighborhood right now. This is present. This is not descendants of single parentless children. This is talking about kids right now who got moms at home, and these kids don't have a father there. Should I call that black man and say you should be responsible for them? Yeah. That's some BS, y'all. This is a joke. I'm sorry.
White Jesus or black Jesus?
Jesus was not white.
I agree with that. I already said that.
Ain't no way Jesus walked around with blonde hair and blue eyes.
White culture fears the.
Now, I do agree with that, y'all. I mean, I'm not doing this to be I'm just telling you straight up. If you follow the story of Jesus, how Jesus went to, when he was born, where they lived, Jesus had to be, I'm not even going to go into detail on all that, but if you believe that Jesus was a blonde-haired, blue-eyed guy in Africa, in Jordan and all, no. I'm sorry, no.
End of the world.
That's another conversation.
For us as Native people, the end of the world already happened. Culture fears the end of the world. For us as Native people, the end of the world already happened like multiple times.
Now, he has a point. The natives savagely got tore up. They did. But why isn't anybody talking about the fact that Native Americans had black slaves? Oops. We don't want to go there, huh? You don't want to go there. Oh, black people, you only want to be mad at white people. But don't forget that Indians, they actually also had slaves themselves. Indians had, y'all got to understand something. They only trying to get y'all to see this through the lens of one view. They only trying to get you to perceive it one particular way. It was a fair game for everybody during certain periods of time. Black people that came over into America, that came into the northern colonies, had no concept of slavery. They heard about it, but they had no concept of it. Why? Because most of them had indentured servitude. Once they served out their indentured servitude, they ended up getting land, and they actually wanted to sponsor other slaves that came from over in Africa to come over. I hate to say it because like saying slaves, because I don't know, you a lot of times you didn't know how they were captured, X, Y, Z. But my point is, blacks wanted other blacks to come from Africa to come to America and serve out their indentured servitude so they can also do the same thing and form their own colonies and form their own communities. That's what they were doing. But history and that they tell us in school will not tell you that. Where are you getting the information from? David Barton, Wall Builders, original documentation that's written by the people that I'm talking about. Okay? He has the writings of these people. How are you going to argue with the original documentation? If I wrote a book right now, Memoirs of Ty Smith, and I wrote it, 100 years from now, if my great-great-great-grandchildren talked about me and somebody tried to debunk that, and they said, I have my great-great-great-grandfather's writings, this is what he said. Well, that's actually not what your grandfather meant. Dude, shut up. These are original documents. So point is, during that time, Indians had slaves that were black. They had when they warred, they took prisoners. They ended up being their slaves. So I hate the fact that they got aired out like that, because the Indians got aired out and they got it bad. But look what the Indians end up benefiting from in America. And tell me why didn't blacks get that same thing if you want to go there? I'm not even about to get all into that, though. I digress from that. Let's move on.
Symbols and monuments, these are mementos of racism.
Bring that statue down. Put up a TCBY yogurt or something. Everybody can get behind.
Oh, but you can't do that because yogurt is white.
The truth has to be told about history.
Then tell the whole truth. Do not just, when you talk about history, call it American history, because black history is American history. Don't just tell one side. Again, I know I keep on repeating myself, but do not just tell from the lens of a Southern view. Don't tell it from the lens of what roots and all that stuff showed us. Things were happening big with black people when we came over here. We were not just subject to being beaten and whipped and raped and all that. That is not just our story. But they want to make it seem like that's all that was happening to us. We were doing great things. We were fighting in revolutionary wars. We were, double agents and stuff during these times. Man, we did some awesome things. We are preachers and ministers. John Adams, one of the writers of the Declaration of Independence, he went and actually sought counsel from 4 ministers. 4 of them were white and 4 of them were black. One of them was a very prominent preacher, Lemuel Haynes. He ended up preaching in dominant white churches, congregated together. But they don't want to show y'all that, because if they showed us that, it will show that even from the beginning, we were united, and slavery was only a part of a worldwide global thing that was going on. No, I'm not justifying it. I'm just telling you the facts of what was going on during that time period. Now, the way that they end up treating black folks in the South, all that, when the KKK came along, being a strong arm for the Democrats, the KKK were not just killing and lynching and burning black folks. They were killing, lynching, and burning white people as well that were trying to help black people. The Dems did that. Yeah, the Democrats did that. Boy, y'all just, woo.
We have to make sure that these stories are told from our perspective.
And it needs to be told in truth. Truth. Look what perspective did. Look what perspective is. Look what perspective has done to us thus far. Huh? Look what perspective has done to us thus far. Perspective right now tells us that black people were nothing more and amounted to nothing crap. Nothing. I mean, yeah. Black people were absolutely nothing when they came to America. There are all kinds of stories that black people were doing when we came over here. But this perspective that he's talking about right here would make it seem like we were just dumb, ignorant, just all we were used for was just free labor and work and beaten and robbed and raped and all that. Yes, a lot of those things did happen, but that's not all that's happened. That is not all that happened here. Again, we break it down, talk about people like Hoosier, Lemuel Haynes. When we talk about certain heroes, Armstead, all these big names that they don't even talk about in the history books, why do they keep that away from us? Why do they keep it away that during the same timeline that you hear all these horror stories of what was going on in the South, what about all these awesome, great stories that was going on in the North? People get mad at me all the time that are black because I tell them, you're getting pissed off about something that happened a long time ago. You don't even know if you are descendants from the ones that came up north. How do you know that you're not descendants of the blacks that came up north and had no idea what it was like to be in chains and beaten with? They heard about it. They read about it. But they had no concept of it because they didn't experience it. How do you know you're not descendants of those? Yeah, okay, yeah, that's what I thought.
There's always hope. You know what I'm saying? We don't give up.
It's about obliterating systemic and institutionalized racism.
This is a wild place, y'all. It's a wild place. I know Harriet and Frederick be up there just like, what is they gonna do?
What is they gonna do? Yeah, what are they gonna do? No, anyway, let me stop. Let me stop. Yeah, y'all, that's absolutely crazy. Let me see if I can bring some things up here just to show y'all. Let me see. We're gonna type because we in this thing live right now. Let's go ahead and look at let's see. Indians own slave. Y'all see I'm Googling this. What do we have here? Look at that. Indians. Look who they have right here. Two little black boys. Little Negroes, huh? Oh my God. Oh my God. How did that happen? Let's take another look at this. There we go, right there. But bam. Same picture. I thought there was a different one. I thought it was gonna be bigger than that. Let me make this bigger. Cause folks just think you just make up stuff. Here we go right here. Black. She black. Okay, she black. Two Native American. Black. Look at the hair. That hair ain't the same like that little silky black stuff they got going on right there. No. Black. Let's see. I wish I had David Barton's material with me right now that they're sending me because I would show y'all so much more. So much more. Why they make this picture so small? Anyway, I'm trying to see this picture right here. Indians with black slaves. That's what I'm talking about, but they don't. This is what I'm saying. These are the things that they are keeping from history right here. These are the things they don't want to sit here and tell us about. Alliances. Look at that. Shared histories. 3 alliances between Africans and natives. These are why is this stuff being kept away from us, huh? Nobody wants to talk about that. I told y'all. Now look, don't get me wrong. Things happened that were completely horrible, right? But tell the whole story of America. Don't just cherry pick what you want to out of our history just so you can actually cause a certain group of people like black people, African Americans, whatever you. I'm black. Don't just try to cherry pick what you want to out of and display this stuff before us because they know this is going to cause us to be ticked off. If you are alive right now in America right now, if you are not 100 plus years old, 150 years old, 120 years old, you can't say nothing. You cannot say nothing. And if you are a white person, and you talk about white guilt, if you really, oh my God, I'm telling you right now, y'all know who Nat Turner is? Nat Turner led one of a huge rebellion. This dude led a huge rebellion with slaves, right? Went down. I mean, they were massacring. Boy, they were massacring everybody. The dude was no joke. Nat Turner was a slave that him and his master, I mean, I'm just summing it up for y'all. They got in a fight, whatever. and he beat the living daylights out of the master. Anyway, Nat Turner, long story short, he led a huge rebellion. A huge rebellion. One of the most feared black slaves out there. The dude was a savage. I mean, he was a complete savage, cutting heads off, leaving them on stakes as they went down south, whatever. But the dude was a killer. Look, this says right here. He died November 11, 1831. Black American slave who led only effective sustained slave rebellion, spreading terror throughout the white South. His actions set off a new wave of oppression legislation prohibiting the education, movement, and assembling of slaves, stiffened pro-slavery, anti-abolitionist that persisted in the region. Turner was born, blah, 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 blah. Shortly after that, he'd been sold again. Let me see. Nat Turner's rebellion put an end to the white Southern myth that slaves were either contented with their lot or too servile to mount an armed blah, 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 blah. Anyway, the point is that you got people like Nat Turner who did something like crazy, ridiculous, spreading terror by leading a huge slave rebellion. Right? Couldn't take it no more. Man. Why haven't people heard about this in school? Why haven't you heard about that? Why are they keeping that away? Who's doing it? Who's over the education? Huh? I can tell you right now, just from being one of those parents that so-called was a domestic terrorist, guys, y'all just have no idea. Racist people are not the racist people that will show you how racist they are usually a lot of the ones that you think are your friend. Now, let me go take y'all somewhere when I'm saying that for. Like right now, the ones who's trying to push all this stuff about being woke. Oh, you need your whiteness on the job. Oh, this, and you need to recognize your white privilege, and all the ones that's trying to push all these crazy policies and things like that. Y'all have no idea. The ones that's pushing a lot of things like that are the racists themselves, because they know in the end it's going to not benefit black folks whatsoever. It's not going to benefit. Oh, math is racist. Writing is racist. Math is racist. Writing and reading, the very things that we were being killed for to try to get our kids to do, because we knew they was going to have a huge, huge advantage in the future for learning how to read, write, and do math that we were being killed over. Now they're saying that's considered to be racist, so take that away. Do y'all even understand what's going on? Keep on doing these things and keep on coming up with these concepts like they're doing right here. That right there and what they're doing with this right here, I don't know the whole show yet. I do not know. But that right there within itself is actually portraying blacks as if they are victims. In America today, black victims, again, 90% of victims in America that are black, who are dying by gunfire, murders, peanut butter, they are dying because they are being killed by another black person. But all y'all want to get mad at me and want to cuss me out and everything because I'm saying that. Oh, y'all, you're not for black people. You seem like you're always on us. No, I am for truth, period. And the truth is, black people are the ones that are murdering black people at an alarming rate. But nobody wants to talk about that. Huh? You want to talk about everything's going to be all right. What about black on black? What about that? What about talking about what's going on with blacks, period? What about talking about the number one issue with blacks? Oh, we don't want to go there, though, because we all too used to it. We too used to being fatherless. You know what I'm saying? We used to killing each other. We used to having music that actually makes us hate each other. I'll kill a nigga. I'll kill it. I'll bang this hoe, shoot that beat, smack that trick, da-da-da-da-da, wet AP. I mean, we used to stuff like that. Look at our culture. Look what's being created. Don't tell me that music doesn't have an influence on us, because you see the stuff play out if you grew up around the hood, you see those type of things play out. I mean, all you got to do is look at the latest thing, whatever the latest new black artist is, however they're dressing, talking, acting, sexualized, whatever like that. You see the stuff if you go to a club. You see the stuff in the schools and all that. They go out there and they emulate what they see on these rapping, these pop artists and stuff like that. They go out there and they imitate that. But then yet white people are the problem. Anyway, folks, y'all, this is absolutely ridiculous. I would love to get with an independent Daily Wire. Can y'all call me? I got all kinds of concepts. Ben Shapiro, Candace, my sister. Can y'all call me? Man, matter of fact, look, y'all offer me a job. I'll quit right now. I'll quit doing what I'm doing right now and come work for the Daily Wire. Man, seriously, that is crazy. Fox News. Can y'all give me a producer or somebody y'all know that actually wants to work on movies so we can push something out there? Can we do that? Oh, I know a guy. Anyway, y'all, let me know what y'all think about leaving the comments below after this video. This trailer was absolutely ridiculous, and to me, it's racist itself, like an attack on white people. White people gonna be pissed, and y'all should be. Yeah. Anyway, let me know what y'all think. I'm Ty Smith, Modern Renaissance Man. I hope and pray every last one of you guys have food, shelter, and clothing. Most of all, I hope and pray every last one of you guys are in great health. God bless you all through Jesus. What is going on, folks? Appreciate you guys watching. Do me a favor, if you're trying to get to the next reaction video that I did after this video, it's right here. But if you're trying to get to my own personal stuff where I do a lot of comedy things that make you laugh, can help brighten your day, then you click right here, all right? And if you want to subscribe to this channel, you forgot to get to know who I am first, all right? Then you're going to click right here to lead you into the subscription. Make sure you hit the bell notifications to get notified anytime I post a video, all right?